So what is kind of the number one negative or con to being an inspector? Any type of inspector, right? It could be an electrical, mechanical, it could probably even be a home inspector. I'm sure these would fall underneath a home inspector as well. But what is kind of that number one con, that one thing that's probably just, could maybe be a game changer when it comes to choosing a career down a path as an inspector? In previous videos, I've talked about having to start off at lower pay, right? That's kind of a pain in the butt, but you're going to be able to work your way out of that. We've talked about weather. Depending on where you live, you can deal with excessive heat or excessive cold or all of the different seasons. But you put on a coat, wear a t-shirt, and you can get used to that. You're probably used to your weather where you live, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. There's politics, right? There's just usually you're working for a government agency, so city, county, state. There's always some type of politics going on, or just the politics of dealing with customers, right? Customer service, having those pesky contractors or homeowners that don't want to get permits or just kind of want to fight you on everything. But over time, you kind of get used to that. How to deal with people, and that's not too bad, right? But what's kind of the big thing that just is, it's always there and can be a pain in the butt, right? And that is sitting in a car all day, right? It's your car, your vehicle, whether or not you have a city rig or a personal rig, it's your office. And you're in it. You're getting in and out of that thing, 20 times a day, 10 times a day, 30 times a day, depending on what kind of area that you do inspections in. If you're in a big rural area, you might only do 6 or 7 inspections, but you're going to drive all day. You're driving around an entire county, or if you're a state employee, you might be driving all over the place to try to get those few inspections done. If you're like in a dense urban area, maybe you're doing 30 inspections, but you're having to hop to different areas within a dense city to do those, or you're walking or whatever it is. But just being in that car and having it be your office, in my opinion, is probably like the number one negative of being an inspector, right? You just sitting in that chair, driving around, getting in and out of that thing all day. It can wear on you, right? Over the years, doing that 5 days a week, in and out, locking the door, unlocking the door, can just be a pain in the butt. And if you don't set good habits, it can be, can give you bad back problems, as far as setting yourself up for good posture. I can tell you right now, I have terrible posture and my lower back hurts. Now, I don't know if that's from playing sports as a kid or, working in the trenches when I was younger, packing lumber. I don't know what it was from, but I can definitely say that sitting in a car all day does not help the situation. And so you take that, just the essence of being in your car, and then the healthy habits that come from it is, you're on the run, you need to eat. So are you going to fast food joints, or are you able to pack a healthy lunch? All those things come into play if you plan on making this a long-term career. Nowadays, younger generations are getting into being building inspectors or any type of inspector. And so it's not the old generational thing where only older, retired people jump into this to snag a second retirement or something, where, maybe they're only going to do it for 5 or 6 years. You're now getting people who are making careers out of this, and they're, spending years upon years in their car. And so it's important to set healthy habits and just to know that it can be a problem, right? If you're sitting in that car for too many hours on end and you're not getting any exercise, or, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, it can creep up on you. So when it comes to the broad cons, the broad negatives to being a building inspector, I still say that the pros outweigh the cons. It's a great job. It's a great career. But just make sure you understand what you might be getting into, because I wouldn't want you to get too far into it and find out some of this stuff, and it is a game changer for you. So make sure to check those items out wherever it is you're applying, whatever it is you're doing or going after, and make sure you're well aware of what would be required of you if you go down the road as a career as a building inspector, or even a home inspector for that matter. And I appreciate the support. Hit the like button if this helps you out, and we'll see you on the next video.